back again. Hope you guys can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can't hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me I think in order for me to get the Facebook stuff, I'm going to have to write a comment. So yeah, I'm going to have to write a comment. So I just put a comment and I just put a comment on Facebook. Let me see. Yeah, I think I can see Facebook now. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning this thing. I'm still learning. I just put a comment on Facebook. So anyway, I was watching myself on Facebook. Y'all already know we back here again. Gates open. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. We here on YouTube again. Once again, let's get started. So, you know, the topics we're going to go over today, Miami Hurricanes fumbled and could have had DK Metcalf. That is crazy. I heard that story today. Charles Barkley will hang it up at TNT in about 2 years. So then I asked the question, what was better? What is he more known for? You know, his basketball career or his TNT career? Then Barkley thought he was the best player at one point until he came to a realization. And then Ja, sad news for him, looked like he's out for the remainder of the season. And then we're gonna talk about it right when we come back. Yeah, and we are back, folks.
That was easy.
Gotta get your easy button, you know what I'm saying? Hold up.
That was easy.
Yeah. Look like the Heat just torched the 76ers, by the way. But anyway, as we roll into this thing, y'all already know, Sit in Politics. Y'all can find me over there too. But that's the channel I always say they help me get started. We always do, you know, typically 2 or 3 times a week. We over there chopping it up. Loads of topics, loads of content. You know, typically here right now speaking sports, but we're gonna progress on next week with some more content. Working on getting the fitness stuff started. You know, I got a 21-day challenge out there. So if anybody interested in joining me in this 21-day challenge, let me know, because 21 days, you know, the experts say typically within 21 days, if you do something for 21 days, you'll create a new habit. So not that for me, I mean, it's been a challenge, honestly, for me to stay consistent in the gym here the last, since basically COVID. I go, but it's more so like 2 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Normally I'm used to going 5 to 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting back into it. So y'all already know. So we're gonna jump on that and some other things as well. So y'all just stay tuned. Stay tuned for all that good stuff. So I got a clip that I want to play, because obviously, what the first topic of the day, Miami Hurricanes have fumbled. I mean, I'm a Miami Hurricane fan, so that's why I'm upset with this. I'm really upset with this. I'm gonna let him tell you here in a second. But the Miami Hurricanes fumbled and could have had DK Metcalf. That is crazy. That is crazy. And let me cue that up. It was on Shay Shay.
Yeah.
You can find this on Shay Shay. So anyway, we're gonna cue this up right now. Y'all listen. Take a nice little listen. And let me know if you can't hear it. Yesterday I had some audio problems.
Nothing about that. Ole Miss, you were committed to Ole Miss, but you wanted Miami. Did you visit anywhere else other than Ole Miss and Alabama?
Ole Miss, Alabama, Auburn, went to Cal.
You didn't like Auburn?
No, Auburn was good to me. I just didn't like Under Armour at the time.
Right.
At the time, please.
Right now,
yeah, you Under Armour guy now.
Yes, sir.
My bad.
You still can't outrun him. Just putting that out there, Tyree.
My bad.
You mentioned your dad, Terrence, went to Ole Miss. Did you feel a sense of obligation to go to Ole Miss, or was you like, man, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, or was it Ole Miss or nothing?
No, I wanted to go to Miami. I wanted to be a Hurricane.
Right. What happened?
I sent the recruiting dude to Twitter DM. I wanted to go to Miami. I want to be a Hurricane.
Right. What happened?
I sent the recruiting dude a Twitter DM.
Right.
I was like, look, y'all got the best chance of getting me if y'all just offer me and recruit me. He said, no, you've been committed to Ole Miss since 9th grade. This is like my junior year of high school.
Right.
I'm kidding me if y'all just offer me and recruit me. He said, no, you've been committed to Ole Miss since 9th grade. This is like my junior year of high school.
Right.
I'm like.
So if you didn't hear that, DK Metcalf actually tweeted I guess one of the recruiting guys for the Miami Hurricanes and said, look, you can have me if you want me. He didn't want to go to Alabama. But the thing was he had committed to Ole Miss since he was in 9th grade. But he said he would change that. All you got to do is recruit me. And I'm like, man, y'all need to hear this again. This is crazy. Hold up, let me hear y'all. Y'all need to hear this again. Could have been a Miami Hurricane. How's the Miami Hurricanes letting people? That dude ought to be fired today. Look at this.
If y'all just offer me and recruit me, he said, no, you've been committed to Ole Miss since 9th grade. This is like my junior year of high school.
Right.
I'm like, no, like just offer me and recruit me and I will come to Miami.
Right.
They still didn't give me a chance. I was about to go to Cal.
Offer me and recruit me. Oh my God. Offer me and recruit me and I'll come to Miami. And he didn't go to Miami. He ended up going to Ole Miss, obviously. That is sad for the Miami Hurricanes because what we been doing here in the last 2 decades, pretty much. Not much. Have a little decent little season, but we ain't been doing much in the last 2 seasons or so. I mean, 2 decades or so. And you got the opportunity to get DJ, and you tell him no. And you told the man no. Come on, man. Let's be real. DJ Metcalf said he wanted to go to Miami. Not only did he want to go to Miami, he was talented enough to go to Miami. He was a good enough recruit to go to Miami. But this man actually reached out to the recruiter of Miami Hurricanes. And I'm gonna play this one more time. He's on Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast. Y'all just listen to this man. This man wanted to go to Miami.
Sent the recruiting dude a Twitter DM.
Right.
I was like, look, y'all got the best chance of getting me if y'all just offer me and recruit me. He said, no, you've been committed to Ole Miss since 9th grade. This is like my junior year of high school.
Right.
I'm like, no, like just offer me and recruit me and I will come to Miami.
Right.
They still didn't give me a chance. I was about to go to Cal.
Still didn't give him a chance. That's a crime shame. Whoever that dude is, I don't know his name. Y'all find him, and we need to. Hey, normally you don't find recruits like that.
That was easy.
That was easy, and you couldn't make it happen. Why you couldn't make it happen? DJ, we talking DJ Metcalf. What that could have done for the program of Miami, because down the road that could have got even more recruits. The program of Miami, because that could have got more recruits, more talent wants to come. Right now he didn't want to go to Alabama because he wanted to beat Alabama. This man from Mississippi wanted to come down to the U. He wanted to come down here, man. He wanted to come down to the U, and we couldn't get him down there. We could have got him down there, but for whatever reason, we didn't. Now the tradition of the Miami Hurricanes has been sour here in the last decade and a half or so. But this guy could have came to Miami, man. I tell you, hey, got to be more careful, boy. I tell you, got to be more. That's one of them got to be more careful moments right there. This guy killing me. Could have been a Miami Hurricane, man. That would have been something special. And maybe we could have started something with him just coming back to the U, you know what I mean? If we could have got DJ, we had DJ Metcalf. The only reason supposedly the guy didn't do what he said was simply because he said he committed since he was in 9th grade. So if this man committed, think about it. You in 9th grade and you commit to a school, one, you're ultra talented, and two, you in 9th grade. You don't know what you want at that time. I think his father played there, and maybe that was an influence on him. But that's crazy. That's real crazy. Come on, Hurricane. So next, my boy Charles Barkley say he gonna hang it up in 2 years. He says contract will be up in 2 years. I believe he says he'll be 61 years old. And I think one of the major reasons why he's gonna hang it up is simply because he has a granddaughter being born. My bad. Y'all, hey man, y'all comment, like, subscribe, please. The like don't cost you $1. Please hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. At 91, I believe it is. But anyway, YouTube, Gates Open Media, y'all check me out, man. Y'all hit that like button, share, all that good stuff. So anyway, Charles Barkley said he gonna hang it up in about a good 2 years when his contract is up at TNT. 61 years old. He says he has to get up at and this is from the Pivot podcast. So y'all can go check them out. I always like to shout out where I get my information from. So you know what I'm saying? Show them boys love. I mean, they got a ton of subscribers, so they don't need it. But you know what I'm saying? I got to give them their respect because they get the people on their show I watch, love their show. But anyway, he says he'll be 61. He's having I think his first grandbaby. His daughter's having a baby or just had a baby, 1 or 2. And basically it sounds like he just want to spend time with his grandchild. You know, he said if I've basically he done made enough money, and if he hasn't, he done messed up. So with Charles, they've been in this thing 21 years, I guess with TNT or Turner or whoever it is, plus a 16-year career in the NBA. That's major. You know what I mean? That's nice. I think Charles won an Emmy too. So we like to hear him on TNT, be messing up words, but it's all in love and fun. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, he's entertaining, I should say. Charles is definitely entertaining. And honestly, it'd be sad to see him go. And I wonder who they will replace him with. You already got Shaq on there, got Kenny. I wonder who they will replace him with. Look like D-Wade be on there a lot. But, you know, we all know the main cast is Shaq, Kenny, Charles, and Ernie. Seem like they all get along pretty well. And I don't know if you guys know, but Shaq's mother and Charles Barkley mother was best friends. And I believe Shaq's mother passed, but they were best friends. And this goes all the way back to when Charles and Shaq got in that fight, so-called fight. And quoting Charles, he said he knew it wasn't going to be nothing big, but he had too many people looking at him. So that's why he threw the ball at Shaq, if y'all want to go back and check that out. He knew they was going to break it up. So, you know, he said he think quick. But, I mean, once Charles get off that TV, man, you know what I'm saying, like to enjoy his family. But that brings me into another tip, or idea, I should say. You know, retirement age right now is 65. Who I think the earliest you can retire, and start getting full your money, Social Security, whatever, it's like 62 and a half, I believe it is. But a lot of people, and I believe if you hold out to 70, you can even get more money. Well, who really wants to work to 70? But see, you got two ends of it. You know what I mean? You got the person who wants to retire, but they can't. It's like you hear people retire, but they end up dying very soon afterwards. But it's almost like that locker room mentality, so to speak. You want to be around the girls or the boys or whatever the case may be, and you seem like you have more of a purpose in life. Once you retire, in some cases, not all cases, people just get bored. You know what I mean? They get bored, lose interest. You can only do so much fishing. You can only do so much of whatever. You know what I mean? But I think maybe they need to start somebody need to start some type of organization where retired people, they just get together and hang out or something. Or, you know what I mean? A bunch of them just go donate their time, their energy to keep these people alive and willing and have some friends around them. Because, you know, me, myself, I work in the healthcare industry, and I see so many people been at nursing home I work at for years and don't have nobody, never see family members. And then, you know what I'm saying, when they pass, then you see or hear the family members, which is deservedly so. But when money becomes involved, it's a whole nother ball game, and pretty sure y'all can imagine that. But to retire at 61 with Charles and enjoy the rest of your life, you're a millionaire. I think it's a smart thing to do, really. I want to see Charles on the TV. You know what I'm saying? He said he'll never be on social media. But to be able to retire and just do what you want, you know, even if everybody doesn't have that type of money, but just to be able to chill, you know what I'm saying? Don't have to worry about clocking in. Don't have to worry about doing this, doing that. But that's not for everyone. You know what I mean? I worked at companies where guy was about 80 years old, still trying to work. Let me try to have my music in here. You know what I'm saying? Right there. There's still, and but for him, I believe it was one of them things that where he just wanted to continue to work simply because he didn't want to die. And I believe he retired once and just couldn't do enough fishing, then he came back to work. So for Charles to hang it up in 2 years, it would be a nice accomplishment to be I think he's been 21 at TNT or Turner, whatever you want to call him. So to be 23 years, 23 MJ, you know what I'm saying? Before he gets done. 23, 16, 23 plus 6 is 9. You know what I'm saying? That's a ton of years. 23 plus 16, 16, let me add that. 36 plus 3, 39 years. 39 years in the NBA atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like he's just ready to chill out. Hang out with his daughter. So with that being said, you know, we talked about DK Metcalf. Could have went to my Miami Hurricanes. Charles Barkley hanging it up with TNT after 2 years. So then that posed the question of what was better, like his NBA career or his TNT career? You know, obviously we all know Charles didn't win a championship. He made it to the dance. You know what I'm saying? He made it to the dance. He just didn't, you know what I'm saying, get to host that trophy. But I think this younger generation actually craps on Charles when it comes to basketball, when it comes to what he actually did on the court. I believe Charles was better than what most people think, especially this generation here. And we forget about those guys. A lot of people forget about it. I don't, but a lot of people forget about those guys and what they were able to bring to the table. If you wonder Michael Jordan, Shaq, well, I guess Kobe came into this era too. You know, some of these bigger name players, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. I think we you know, Isaiah Thomas. I think we forget about those guys. You know, obviously, you know, Gary Payton. You know what I'm saying? Well, to me, when basketball was good, not that it's terrible now. I still love the game, but just it was different, man. It was different. It was like, let me hurry up and get home from church so I can go sit down and watch the basketball game. Man, I felt good. You know what I mean? Now it's, man, I watch the game here and there. Well, not here and there. I watch a lot of ball, but it just has a different feel. You know what I'm saying? So what was better? I mean, Chuck them won an Emmy. You know, they talked about all his nicknames, the round mound, a rebound. Oh, they had all kind of crazy names I haven't even heard. But the one name that I remember is that one and Sir Charles. And I believe, what was his, you know, they call him Chuck, you know what I'm saying? But Chuck is short for Charles. I think Sir Charles was the one, not that I remember the most, you know, Sir Charles. But what was better? Can somebody help me out? What was better, his NBA career or his TNT career? TNT or NBA? And that I can answer. Just because he won an Emmy, 21 years. I know his NBA career is what set up his after NBA career. What would he be? Man, that's really tough. It's only tough because I think a lot of people, not including myself, but a lot of people discredit Charles and his game and what he actually brought to the game. Because that's one of them things that they say, oh, the Bulls beat weak teams. Well, Charles Barkley led team was one of those weak teams that the Bulls beat. So they discredit that just by saying that. So that's a tough one for me. Not super tough. I mean, I would say his NBA career, you know, at the end of the day, I guess, because it was legendary. You know, I think his TNT is going to be legendary, but I think what happens is with TNT, he gets less and less credit because they already think he's crazy and talk crazy anyway. But so Charles Barkley, with him, NBA or TNT, better career, I have to say NBA just because that's what made everything. But if you still try to separate the two, I still say NBA because I think he had a quote where he was one of the only three guys to have 20,000 points, like 10,000 rebounds and so many assists or something like that. I don't remember that exact quote, but that's what he said. So I'm gonna go to the NBA career with Charles Barkley over his TNT career, but his TNT career, I think it actually settled him down because I remember some years ago when Charles was I think he got involved with something, drunk driving or something, and man, he really became humble because he used to be in fights and all kind of stuff all the time, seemed like. But he really humbled himself because Turner, TNT, whatever, had his back when that happened, and they didn't fire him. You know, he made a mistake, but he's made them a ton of money, so they did show him a little respect, and they didn't fire him or suspend him or nothing dumb like that. You know, they actually gave him an opportunity to make it better, and he ain't looked back since. So I think Charles, you know, really humbled himself at that moment. That was probably 10, 15 years ago, though. I'm probably not 15, but probably more like 10, 12 years ago, somewhere around there. But anyway, you know, and we gon' step up to the next. And Chuck Daly. So if y'all don't know, the Dream Team was in 1992. Chuck Daly was the coach, and he was the coach of the Pistons at that time. And then also before that time, the NBA only allowed college players. So they didn't allow professional players to actually play in the Olympics. So Chuck Daly told Charles that he was the second best player out there, and Charles was like, "Well, who's better than me?" And then obviously he said Michael Jordan. But Charles Barkley said that he thought he was the best player in the league, the best player in the world, up until they lost to the Bulls in that 1993 finals. So up until that time, it was arguably, you could argue that maybe he was one of the best. He was the top player in the league. He had met Jordan, and the reason he left Philly was simply because he said Philly wasn't getting him any help. So that's why he went to Phoenix, and he felt like he had enough help in Phoenix because he told him that they was going to play the Bulls in the finals. You know what I mean? But Charles Barkley thought he was better than Jordan, thought he was the best player in the league. I'm assuming for a few years, at least for a few years. And but he said that he thought he was better than Jordan. But I guess at that point he actually realized he wasn't. But really at the end of the day, who doesn't think they're the best? You know what I'm saying? You go out there to strive to be the best. You don't go out there and have, you know, go through what you go through, put your body through what you put it through to not be the best. And Charles was pretty darn good. You know, you had Pippen at that time, but Pippen 2 years prior wasn't even an all-star. So I don't even think they really put Pippen up there like that then. Maybe the next 2 seasons they did, but Pippen at the time, I guess, according to some people, was arguably the best top 5 player in the league, worst case scenario. But Charles thought he was the best player in the league. You know what I mean? And he also said that Moses Malone helped him out a lot. But the most important thing is Charles listened to Moses. When they played together with Philly, and Charles wasn't getting much PT, and he went in and asked him, "Hey man, why am I not playing?" So at the end of the day, he said, "Because you're fat and lazy." And Charles basically said, "Hey," and I'm paraphrasing, "Hey, I got this far off just straight talent. And Charles said he was playing at 300 pounds. So, but he told him, hey, let's lose 10 pounds. And then another 10. Anyway, they got down about 250. And I think he said he got down to 240. But he thought 240 was light. He was weak. So he went back up to 250. So I guess his normal playing weight in his prime was about 250 pounds. So yeah, anyway, that was a nice little story I heard also on the pivot. Charles, and that was interesting because I never knew that about Charles, but pretty interesting though. And then we have the sad news that Ja is probably out the remainder of the season. I think there's conflicting reports because I seen one that said he's having knee surgery. Then I seen one that said he just had a bone bruise. So which one is true? I don't know. And then obviously the play where Jordan Poole actually pulled his knee a little bit. He's saying that that's where he hurt himself. But there's also another play where he was trying to challenge a 3-point shot, and he came down and hit Clay's knee or something on his hip, and that could have caused the injury as well. So we don't know which one caused the injury. But I looked at the play, and I believe, I don't think it was necessarily a dirty play. What I believe happened was when Poole went to reach for the ball, he caught his knee, and then he was like, oh man, I got his knee, and then just pulled his hand back. Just pulled his hand back so the referee didn't see it. That's what I believe. And obviously they called a foul. There's no record that Poole's that type of player. I mean, really, if you look at it, it could go both ways. But the way I believe happened was when he went to go grab the ball, ended up grabbing his knee and pulled it back so the refs don't see it. And then some people, he had his hand on his back and pulling, so it created a twisting motion, which could have messed up his knee. Not gonna lie, but I don't think that was the intent. How you get in that situation? Know you're gonna be in that situation. Let's do this really quick and cause agony for this young man. I don't think that was it, but it's definitely going to create a rival environment. This may end up being a nice little rival for the next 3 or 4 years, if that long. How much long? Steph is 34. Clay, I think, is a year younger, and Draymond may be a year younger. So how long is that going to happen? How long is this going to be a nice rivalry? Then how long is Poole going to be there? Because I don't know his contract situation, but Poole about to get paid. Now, is he as good as he is because he's on the team that he's on? And I'm going to say no. A lot of times I say yes. I think Poole is a very solid player. And the reason I'm going to say that is because when Clay was out, you had Steph on the court, but then Steph went out, then you had Clay on the court. But Clay, you're not really double teaming Clay now. Steph, yes, you can double team Steph. They don't have a down low presence, so it's not about that. When Steph went out, I believe is when, for me, it showed that Poole is going to be a great talent in this league and can possibly go to his own team and lead that team. He's shifty. He can shoot that thing, as we know. Got a little bunnies. But as we see, I think it was more important than when Clay was out. I think it was more. I mean, it was important for his development when Clay was out. But when Steph was out, I think that showed who he really can be. And he was a bad man. You know what I mean? I really do. Because, like I say, Steph is going to demand a double team. Steph is running all over the place, trying to get open and different things like that. But with Clay isn't as shifty. Clay get the ball, put you in the post, turn around, jumper. Real simple game. I mean, he's nice though, don't get me wrong. Get the ball, got a nice pull-up jumper, put you in the post, little fade away, set shot. He'll come off the screen and shoot that thing, but he's not running around as much as Steph. And I don't think Clay demands a double team compared to. So with that being said, if he doesn't demand a double team, well then they can. And the reason I say it is because then they can eye in on Jordan Poole. But Poole was still putting up numbers when Steph was out. Now when Steph was there, I understand he could get open shots. That's different. But when Steph was gone, to me, that showed that he's a grown man out there actually playing and he's nice. So that's going to probably go into a whole nother contract deal, all kind of stuff like that. But I guess I don't know what his contract is looking like now, but he definitely overplayed that contract this year already. Whether they run another game or not, he's overplayed that contract. So call it what you want. And then, there's an argument going around. I'm going to take Clay over Steph. Clay over Poole. I meant Poole over Clay. Man, that's enough. A lot of people, they want to take Poole over Clay. And I'm like, nope, because Clay has that experience. Clay, we all 37 points in a quarter, stop it. Clay can turn it on at a moment's notice. And he showed that, but sometimes he gets really streaky. And the difference between Clay getting streaky and Steph getting streaky is a simple, I ain't gonna say simple, but the ability to create, drive to the basket and get what you want. That's the difference. Clay is not that guy. I had a discussion with another guy about it. Clay is a playmaker. No, Clay is not a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? He is not a playmaker. His game is, I ain't gonna say super basic, but it's nice. It's basic nice. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Famer definitely can stroke that thing. But at the end of the day, I'm taking Clay right now over Poole if I had to. Just because the legacy. Now, yes, there's a time where you have to be like, man, it's old. That's what the Patriots is great for. Getting rid of a player right before, when he still has some trade value. That's what the Patriots was great for. And Belichick, they'll get rid of you right when you still got value, but you might have a year left of nice, solid football. But then you're going to go downhill typically, not all the time. But I think it's yet to be seen with Clay because he's just coming back from 2.5 years off or whatever the case may be. Jordan Poole is balling. But at this moment, if I had to make a decision, I'm banking on Clay because Clay has been there. I know what Clay going to bring to the table, so to speak. Now with this injury, has it really changed? I think it's still too early to see. Simply because, he got to have a summer, you know what I'm saying, to really get back. Yes, he had this last summer, but he wasn't ready to play. Obviously, he wasn't ready to play because he didn't play until sometime after Christmas or after the All-Star break. Right after the All-Star break, I believe it was. So he didn't have that full maturity of a full season. So we'll have to see after next season what it's like, what Clay is doing, what he's not doing, what he's able to do, how he recovered. Like the boy Kevin Durant, they were still giving him money. You know what I'm saying? So I think he can rebound next year. He ain't been like terrible this year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna judge him until midway of next season, and then that's when I'll be like, okay, Poole is bad, or Poole should do this, or whatever the case might be. But we'll see. And with that being said, that's it, folks. I'm definitely happy y'all came out. I'm gonna try to play this song again. Y'all know how we do over here. This Gates Open Media. Y'all go check me out on Facebook. I'm at YouTube, man. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all hit the boys up over there, Sitting Politics. You know what I'm saying? Hit them up over there. And we're going to play some music. Man, this is not the song, but it is D-Mize Music, sponsored by D-Mize Music. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to get that to play. Last time but I'm going to be checking it out this time. But hey, like I say, they don't make it like that no more. Bang, bang, boogie. Yeah, yo.
What's up? Yeah. What's up?
Oh, yeah, y'all can hear tonight. Yeah.
Been through a lot.
Hey.
For this moment right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for the grown and sexy.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Hey, man, we out of here. Y'all go get that music on D-Minds. Bang, bang, bang.